This podcast is presented by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. You can now get every window and door at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania at 20% off. That's at no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Give a call to 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals before this deal ends on December 31st. A prison is going to start using AI for intelligence gathering. Also, one lawmaker wants to make learning cursive a requirement. A gigantic Christmas display is drawing crowds and the code office. Finally, this is Pennsylvania's favorite Christmas movie. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. After a unanimous vote which took place this week, York County Prison is going to use a suite of AI software from a Virginia-based tech company for quote-unquote intelligence gathering, reports the York Dispatch. Officials at the prison aren't saying what type of intelligence they plan on gathering, just alluding it's for quote-unquote investigative purposes, which is troubling civil rights advocates. According to advocates such as Noah Barth of the Pennsylvania Prison Society, not only is using AI to, say, hypermonitor prisoners and infringement on their rights, but it tends to be unreliable when it comes to prosecution. Elaborates Barth, quote, "We've already seen as a society where AI has failed, turned in false positive or misanalyzed information, and deploying this into private conversations with serious legal ramifications is potentially highly problematic. The motion to use the AI suite still needs to be approved by the board, which will get together at their next meeting on December 20th. There was once a time when having kids write cursive was a standard part of education, reports CBS Local Philadelphia, and State Representative Joe Adams wants to bring that standard back. Adams plans on introducing a bill that would require cursive to be taught in schools across the state, as it is, according to him, quote, a fundamental and necessary skill for everyone to learn. It's also, he added, a form of, quote, written self-identity that can separate human work from that of artificial intelligence, unquote, as well as plagiarism. This bill still has yet to be introduced to the State House as of the recording of this episode. Dave Rotundo's gigantic Christmas display on his property in Palmer Township was born of what he calls, quote, a love of lights, states Lehigh Valley Live. But like the Grinch's heart gazing over Whoville, the display just grew and grew, and now involves over 125 inflatables as well as a bunch of other decorations that tends to draw hundreds of visitors who stand and gape at it. It's also attracted the attention of the township's code department. Some neighbors have voiced their concern to the department over the scope of Rotundo's display, and there are some things he does that may not be kosher, code-wise. For example, Zoning Administrator Jim Rowdenbush brought up how Rotundo installed a portable toilet for people who drop by to use without getting a permit. He also had to move it away from a neighbor's property. Rotundo's also prohibited from advertising his pool and pond maintenance business. Alas, Rotundo and the department remain willing to work with each other, although Rotundo has expressed an exhaustion over the whole thing, meaning he hasn't been cited yet and the Christmas display is still up and running. With the amount of Christmas movies out there, how can you choose just one as a favorite, wonders PennLive? It is possible, young grasshopper. Online casino PlayStar, for one, sifted through Google Trends search data and critic and audience reviews of some of the most popular Yuletide films in existence to find the favorite of each state. Pennsylvania's was Jack Frost, that Michael Keaton movie where he dies and gets brought back to life as a snowman. And also made yours truly cry very hard as a child. But anyway, nationwide, the number one favorite was Die Hard. This Christmas we'll get together to watch Die Hard. Have a few lips. Happy Friday. To stay in the know over the weekend, pay a visit to PennLive.com. And please don't forget to rate this podcast and to share it around with your family and friends. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for sticking with us. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and we'll convene Monday for a brand new week of Today in PA. This podcast is presented by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. You can now get every window and door at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania at 20% off. That's at no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Give a call to 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals before this deal ends on December 31st.